This microcredential deals with workplace, biological, and chemical hazards and consists of 4 targeted skills. This targeted skill addresses appropriate materials storage and disposal. To be safe on the job, it is important that you understand the handling and storage of materials, such as building materials used in construction or chemicals used in industry. Many substances used each day, including cleaners and industrial products, need special storage, handling, and disposal. These need to be managed properly, or they can be hazardous to your health and the environment. A wide variety of materials are delivered to workplaces each day, such as loads of concrete blocks, shipments of flammable chemicals, and medical supplies. The improper handling and storing of these materials can result in injuries. The goal is to reduce workplace accidents by using general safety rules and using the right equipment. Areas where dangerous equipment is stored should be clearly labeled, and walkways should be highlighted with necessary signage. Often employees must handle large and bulky items. If materials are stacked too high or in an unstable manner, they can fall on a worker and cause injury. If the stack of materials shifts or collapses, a worker can be caught between stacks of items. Before starting work, always check the workplace for any unsafe conditions and report it. Indicators on support posts, lines painted on the wall of a storage area, or shelves indicate how high things can be stacked can help to prevent or reduce accidents. Also provide enough space between stacks for safe operations. When moving materials, wear protective equipment, such as work gloves with arm protection, to protect against rough edges or splinters, a hard hat to protect from falling objects, and steel-toe safety boots to protect feet from falling objects. If you need to use a potentially hazardous chemical, such as floor cleaner, disinfectant, or pesticide, the first thing you should do is read the label to understand the risks and proper use. Next, follow instructions for recommended uses and be sure to correctly put on necessary protective equipment like utility gloves and goggles and perhaps a mask to filter air. When using chemicals, use these basic safety tips. Always use the least toxic product to do the job to minimize exposure. Be sure to label cleaning product bottles and containers. Store pesticides in their original container. Liquid chemicals should be stored on a low shelf, not in a high shelf or cabinet. And chemicals that are not compatible with each other should not be stored together. Store materials in a safe manner. Most chemicals should be stored in a locked cabinet away from direct sunlight and in a cool, dry place. If there are flammable or combustible materials, always store them according to their fire characteristics. Flammable liquids must be separated from other materials by a firewall. Combustible materials must be stored in an area where smoking, open flames, or spark-producing devices are prohibited. If materials are dangerous when in contact with each other, they must be stored apart. Always follow the approved procedures for disposing of any waste that can be hazardous. Use designated containers for disposal of any chemical or biological materials. If hazardous waste is produced, transporters may take the waste to a facility designed to recycle, treat, store, or dispose of the waste as part of a waste management system. Proper disposal and cautions for handling have been determined by the manufacturer and will be given on the safety data sheet that comes with each product. Waste may be removed by a licensed waste disposal contractor and taken to a place for disposal or processing. This helps minimize human exposure as well as any potential for environmental pollution. In conclusion, it's important to understand safety procedures at work, plus the characteristics of the materials you're working with and how they can be handled safely. Knowing the correct procedures for safely storing, using, and disposing of any chemicals in your workplace keeps you, your coworkers, and the environment safer.